Follow that, Martyn.
Look at me, follow that.
Follow that, Martyn.
For the last 2 days he's been saying, I'm really worried about this speech, it's not looking good, I'm really nervous. And
yeah, but he was talking about yours, Martyn.
nice, thanks, trust me, I know. Johnny, fantastic words, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, on to my speech. Here we go. So, distinguished guests, guests of no particular distinction, relatives, young and old, friends, freeloaders, hangers-on, gypsies and tramps, and thieves. Oh, and Debbie. I'm going to come back to Debbie in a minute. So listen, I had a speech all written down and prepared, as you can see, but I've got to deviate just one moment just to say that, Caroline, when you walk down the aisle today, you just look fantastic. And thank you. So my speech is going to be a bit like a mini-skirt. It's going to be long enough to cover the essentials, but hopefully short enough to keep your attention. I really didn't know where to start, if I'm honest, so I did a little bit of trawling on the internet. And after a couple of hours, I found some really, really good stuff on the internet. And great websites, by the way, mate, but not what I was looking for. And then I remembered I was supposed to be writing a speech. So listen, before I start and we get into the speech, there's going to be several toasts over the next few minutes, so please make sure your glasses are charged and ready to go. So for those that are wondering, just back to Debbie. Debbie, give everyone a wave. Hello. So this is Debbie's first ever outing as his transgender alter ego. And for those that don't know, that weren't on my stag in Port Banús, Debbie actually met Roy, who sat next to him, on a day's sightseeing trip to see the dolphins. And they've actually been inseparable ever since. Not only that, they decided to come to the wedding together and leave their wives at home. So I'm not sure how much longer they're going to be married for. So please try not to call Debbie Gary. Debbie for tonight. And the toilet's on the left, Gary, because I don't want you giving Ida a little shock in the toilet later. But thanks for coming. Right, back to the serious stuff now, back to the speech. Firstly, I'd like to thank Caroline's father for his kind words and wishes. Also like to thank Caroline's mum and dad, Johnny and Leslie, for paying for this lovely reception. I bet that's the most expensive bang of the mash you've ever bought. And also to my mum and dad for helping this and supporting to make this day happen. So thank you both very much. We've got some flowers. Caroline, if you could, for the mums, disappear into the cupboard behind. While Caroline's getting the flowers, I'll keep on talking. Listen, it's really fantastic to see so many family, friends here today to help us celebrate the happiest day of our lives. I know that some of you travelled a really long way, so it absolutely means a hell of a lot you're all here. It wouldn't be the same without you. It'd be a darn sight cheaper, but I guess that's not the point. But I do really appreciate you all being here. So on the subject, I do have some special thanks. So firstly to Caroline's family from Holland. We've got our Uncle Jack and Auntie Christine, your cousins, David and thank you guys for coming over, really appreciate it. Also to Martyn and Alyssa who've come over from Bahrain. They arrived last night. And also to John, who's come over from Ireland. John, sorry Janelle can't be here, and we wish you all the best. Thanks guys, it really means a lot being here. So we'd also like to thank you all for your very, very generous gifts. Now as you know, and when I say gifts, especially those that have given cheques, because you may know that Carol and I work in banking. So for those that have given cheques, we intend to use the details to set up some direct debits to pay our utility bills for the next few years.
That's what we say.
In other words, make them out and Caroline.
So listen, unfortunately it's not possible for everyone to be here today. Those loved ones, friends, family, etc. But we know they're with us in spirit. So with that in mind, I'd like to ask you all to stand for the first toast and raise your glasses and join me in a toast to absent family and friends.
Absent.
Okay, I'd like to now, from myself, thank Caroline's mum and dad, Leslie and Johnny, brother and sister, John and Belle, Nanny Ida, and the rest of the family for making me feel so very welcome. I know it must have been a bit of a shock when Caroline announced she was dating a 42-year-old. You're supposed to gasp and say never.
Never.
And also, they've been nothing but fantastic. They've welcomed me to the day once, so I really do appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. And I think one other thing that, and John has mentioned this, but one other thing that's made today so special for me is that my daughter Abby's here.
Well, mate.
Good girl. Well done.
Skipped a bit, alright? I've skipped a bit. Okay. Right, so my mum and dad. You've give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Hey, bye. Max, give him a hug.
You've helped me enormously over the years, and no more than the last few, so I thank you for that. And I don't tell you often that, but I do love you both very much. On the subject of speeches, I spoke at my mum and dad's golden wedding a couple of years ago, and I remember part of my speech was about the fact that I've never heard my mum and dad have an argument, and God's honest truth, and all the years I lived with them, and which is pretty impressive, I think, after all those years of marriage, I have to say. And I remember I was out in the greenhouse one day, and I said to my dad, I said, look, tell me, what's the secret to a happy marriage? I said, because I need to know. You know, I've gone wrong once, tell me what the secret is. And he said, well, he said, it's very simple, son. There's two things you have to remember, he said. When you're wrong, admit it. And when you're right, keep quiet. Now there is one little unwritten rule of wedding etiquette, for those that don't know, that states nobody should look more handsome than the groom. So thanks, guys, for...
Where's the tie?
In my pants. So, apart from my gorgeous wife, there are clearly 4 other beautiful special ladies here to mention today. They are, of course, the bridesmaids.
That's you now.
Caroline's sister and maid of honour, Belle, my daughter Abby, Caroline's cousin Ria, and Caroline's best friend Alex. You're all beautiful. And we thank you very much for being our bridesmaids today and all the support that you've given Caroline for all the preparation. If you'd like to come up, we've got a gift for you.
Utterly cute.
Okay, near the end, guys. So, on to my best man, and well, what can I say about Maximilian?
Gorgeous.
I've known Max since I was 3. Literally, we have grown up together, and we shared many experiences.
Just say be careful.
There's not many that I can share with you all today.
He will.
Well, to be serious, I was really struggling to know what to say, and a lot of you know I went through a tough time a couple of years ago, and every one of you, all my friends that are here, were all there for me, and I really appreciate that, but none more than me. And Lois as well, because they were good enough to put me off for a few months, so I can't Max, I love you, mate. What could I say? The only thing I could think of, and it's so cheesy, but the only thing I could think of was, if Carlsberg is best mates, it would be you, mate. Thanks for being my best man, again. Now, just before I wrap up, guys, you know, as much as I've said how much I love him, I have to warn you that Max does have a tendency to exaggerate, so the upcoming speech.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. So, last bit now, guys. Finally, I'd like to thank my wife Caroline for agreeing to marry me and making me the happiest man in the world. They do say that beauty is skin deep. Well, as Johnny referred to, not only have I met and married clearly a very, very beautiful woman, but her heart is one of the biggest hearts that I've ever known. She's just gorgeous from the inside through to outside. She's beautiful.
I will second that.
So they say you don't marry someone you can live with, you marry the person you can't live without. So I know that Caroline's put a massive amount of effort into making today perfect, and I think she's done that more. I'm sure you'd all agree. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. Having lived with her now for a couple of years, I never get tired of telling her how much I love her. I look forward to growing old with you, even though I've got a little head start.
Big head start.
A big head start. I know I found my soulmate. The soulmate of my life's happy ending, for sure. I know that. I love you. And so without further ado, would you raise your glass to my gorgeous wife, Caroline? I'll pass you over to my best mate, Maximilian Lamar Smith. That's not a joke, that's his name. Love you, buddy. Thanks, mate.